Welcome back to Bell Podcast and welcome to Minisodes. This is where we spend a little bit of time, and a very short time, just reflecting on the episodes from the last series. I want to know what you thought resonated with you, and mostly I'll be talking about what resonated with me. So I hope you enjoy them. Welcome to Bell Minisodes. So I love this pod. I have followed Michelle, and I think I said in the pod, she asked me, why did you ask me? I think it became completely apparent why I asked her by the end of the podcast. Michelle has such an amazing story, from corporate to like having this epiphany, I suppose, in 2016, and knowing that she wanted more for her life and changing that route. But little things happened to her along the way. And that for me is the power of attraction and manifestation. She has been in the right place at the right time quite a few times. This is not created, by the way. This isn't luck. This is because she worked for it. And when I say the right place at the right time, through hard work. We have so much in common. We both grew up in pubs. We talked about the fact that we've both ended up sort of in this coaching and mentoring and nurturing position that we're in. And a lot of that will be because we did grow up in pubs. So our time was, we were both working. Well, the minute you can pick up a glass and you grow up in a pub, you're working. Because if you can pick up a glass, you better be ready. I remember hiding in my bedroom some nights, get home from school and you'd hear the old-fashioned phones and the ring. And then if you tap the top of it, would tinkle, and the tinkle would go in the living room, and me and my sister would hide because that meant it was busy downstairs and we'd have to go and work for the night. And we'd be like, we've got loads of homework. The homework was never getting done, by the way. But yeah, that's what it was like. And Michelle spoke about, giving her dad a break and pulling pints at a very young age. She also spoke, and I've said this to one of my sisters recently, because she spoke about getting 50p for sorting out the bottles on a Saturday morning. And we used to do the same. I don't remember getting 50p, but we used to have to do it. And the smell of it, the smell of stale beer, the smell of stale cigarettes, I can still smell it now. It's in my nose as I'm speaking. But I love the fact that when she decided to make a choice, working in corporate, she is developing a business for somebody else. We spoke about do it with other people's money. I work for some amazing companies. I remember my boss is saying to me, give it another couple of years before you go out by yourself, Sian. Test the waters, research, make your mistakes with other people's money, I suppose. And although I always had that in my mind, in fact, still on my website is a testimonial from a director of Whitbread that I used to work for, which is a ginormous company. And he said, I never met anybody that was so investor driven, because although I knew the money wasn't mine, I always treated it like it was mine. I always, even if I was a receptionist, I always ran reception like it was mine. And I think that's super important when you're working for somebody else, to treat the business. If you really want to learn, then don't waste. If you really want to learn, go and learn from the people that have done it. Go and learn from the people that have made mistakes. Go and learn from the people that have lost their business and started again. Those are the people you're going to get the most information from. And Michelle really got this. And in 2016, she decided she wanted to take more of a spiritual, sort of holistic path, I suppose, and is now working with business owners to help them do that too. And funny enough, I was with somebody this week who is a fabulous business coach, but she is holistic. And look, I am too. I work in that industry. And I always say, I think Michelle is woo-woo and I'm a woo. I'm not that far gone, but I love it all. I obviously teach breath work. I teach movement. It's really important. My non-negotiable is that I need a mini break every month, because when I work hard. And when I'm not working, I do not work. That's me recharging my battery and getting myself back to where I need to be. Michelle gets it. And I was very fortunate, actually, since the pod, to spend the day with Michelle at her Shell Bell in Limerick with another group of, I think there was 10 of us all together. And we had the most amazing day, spending time with each other, taking time out, having a sauna. I cold dipped for the first time. But it was really special. And like I said, at the beginning, she asked me why I asked her, and I hope that you've listened to that pod and now you completely understand how important that conversation was. Hi, and thank you for joining me for this week's episode of Be Bell Podcast. If you have any thoughts, questions, or feedback for us, we always love for you to get involved. And you can find us on Instagram at @bbell_podcast. Don't forget, though, that if you want to watch these episodes, you can see them all on my YouTube channel, Sian Horn. And don't forget to follow and subscribe. The more people that follow and subscribe, the better it is for the podcast, the more that we can improve future and going forward. So, with that being said, thank you so much for following Be Bell, and I hope you enjoy these next episodes.